This is going to just be a quick video on some of my thoughts on Monster Hunter Wilds' second title update. We'll get the small things out of the way first and just go over them quickly. They've improved photo mode, for all of those who love creating these cinematic looking images. Layered weapons are now a thing, which is huge, as sometimes you get sick of looking at the same one weapon you use because it's OP or the meta. You can change your handler from Alma to Eric. It's a nice change up to be sure, but I prefer Alma always. Plus you can receive help from support hunters and select which ones will join you on quests. With the seasonal event Festival of Accord Flamefeet, the Gathering Hub is brought to life with these huge fiery demonstrations and a collective of NPC palicos and humans donning the new event outfits. Near the end of August, a Rathalos Telecaster will be released worldwide for the 20th anniversary of Monster Hunter. This collaboration with Fender seems bizarre, but overall pretty cool. Maybe not for me, but there will be players excited about this kind of odd collaboration. On the 27th of August to the 24th of September, there will be an event where you can earn a unique gesture featuring this guitar in-game. During the title update too, there is a side mission by Gemma where she asks you to acquire particular pieces of armor so you can wear them in a fashion show. This is very camp, it's very Capcom, like they do things like this in a lot of their games. But what I didn't expect is your hunter to come out with one of the best lines that genuinely made me laugh out loud was, "Gathering the materials was a pain," as a spotlight shines down on him and there's glittery sparkles on a catwalk. It was just, I don't know, I just thought it was really funny and really well done. Now let's get into the monster stuff. I was mostly excited about Lagiacrus because not only is it a returning monster, but it's beloved, with it taking 3rd place in the Hunter's Choice for top monster during the 20th anniversary poll. I thought this was going to be a hulking leviathan chomping its jaw at me, whipping its body around and mixed with hydro pump attacks. What I did not expect was the lightning projectiles and AoE attacks that it creates from within itself. These took me by surprise, as obviously I associated Lagiacrus with water and prepared for such. I really enjoyed this fight though, as it was more agile than I expected and mixed up its attacks to keep me on my toes. But there's something special about this fight. There's underwater combat, and while it's basic and more of an avoid, shoot and pull down terrain kind of minigame, it was unique in terms of Monster Hunter Wilds. You can even hit wound attacks while underwater, which I was rather surprised about. Now obviously it's going to feel more dull after 10 hunts against Lagiacrus, but the first initial experience of this, it was unexpected, and while I never had the chance to do the underwater combat, I'd love to see them bring that system back more fleshed out. Obviously people who have played it can say I don't know what I'm talking about, but I'd rather experience interesting alternate methods of hunting monsters than just the same thing, especially when Lagiacrus is a lord of the sea. I don't want to fight a monster where I thrive, I want to fight it where it stands strongest. I'm obviously going to need to track down a way to play Monster Hunter Tri or Free Ultimate. Now the armor set and weapons, I really like them, as they match the theme of the monster. They capture that familiar aspect of the creature, something not all weapons do perfectly, but I do appreciate when it's done correctly. The armor sets look awesome, with both sets following in suit with looking like an aquatic knight armor. It primarily focuses on its blue themes with tips and spikes in orange. A shout out to the pirate palico set and its anchor weapon, it's just so extra and I'm here for it. When it was revealed that Seregios was coming to Wilds, it just made sense. I could picture it fighting in the Windward Plains instantly. And while it was in Rise, I think it fits really well in Wilds. Its graphical overhaul from a more arcadey game like Rise was welcomed, and looks incredible as it dive bomb kicks into hunters before firing off razor sharp scales that inflict bleed. This is a clever combination of attacks due to the fact that you're suffering bleed, it constantly applies pressure on you afterwards to prevent you from properly fighting back and putting you on the back foot. Seregios reminds me of play fighting as a kid and doing the same jump kick over and over, because people will back off when it begins. While this pattern becomes easy to read after dodging it a few times, it still stands as an effective way of applying pressure while you learn the fight. I personally really enjoyed this fight as it's very aggressive with a fierce combination of fast attacks, dive kicks and projectiles. It brings all the elements of a swift fight to the table. Now the male armor set reminds me of like a golden Power Ranger, hardened over with rock. Obviously much bulkier than the spandex Power Rangers would wear, but it just kind of gives off this Dino Thunder vibe. The female version reminds me of like a scholar with a flair for pointy edges. I don't really like the set for the palico, but the palico's axe weapon is pretty awesome. Similar to Lagiacrus, the Seregios weapons really capture the visuals of the monster. I know it seems redundant saying that, but some monster weapons don't look inspired by their monster. It carries those deep golds with an earthy undertone while having sharp edges that match its scales all over. The scales are more sturdy and locked in place, but they look incredible and deadly at first glance. It is no secret that I didn't like Uth Duna in the base game. It felt boring and lacking in every sense of the word, which is why I'm happy to say I still don't like it. But every upgrade the Arc Tempered version brings to the table is welcomed. Its use of body slams to make waves that push you back can also lead to you taking damage. It zips around more chaotically and has long reaching lunges that combo into a follow-up. This monster will likely never be liked or enjoyed by me, but the team working on the game really brought some oomph with the advanced attacks and upgrades. The attack damage couldn't be this high in the base game, and was likely waiting exactly for this update to bring the Apex monster's true ferocity to the hunt. Like all monsters, you can still iframe dodge through everything and their follow-ups, but what I enjoyed to see is these arc-tempered hunts is that window being smaller and being forced into a quick decision that could backfire if you choose the wrong option. Uth Duna's armor set, to me, is just kind of tribal goofiness, and while they've made the colours more vibrant for the Gamma set, I'm still not a fan. Similar to Radao's set, it just changes up a few things visually while adding perks to it. Visually, I was never going to like this set no matter what they did, but it's a viable option with resistances, skills and set bonuses. While not being a fan of Uth Duna, this only comes as Capcom doubling down and making sure their Apex monsters' arc-tempered versions are tightly tuned and engaging to fight. I have high hopes for new Udra and Jindahad. And that is Monster Hunter Wilds Title Update 2 in a nutshell. Yeah, it was brief, it was quick, and I just mainly wanted to talk about the monsters because to me those title updates are the most important things. Thanks for watching and listening to me ramble on. Personally, Title Update 2 didn't grip me enough to jump in off seeing the roadmap. I jumped in just recently to try out all these things, and these are just some of my thoughts. I'm hopeful that Title Update 3 will be something just as impressive, and hopefully they bring another 2 monsters, that would be pretty cool. But anyway, I hope you have a lovely day and or evening, and I'll catch you next time.